Alright, welcome back. Another Dirty Services video. Can anybody guess maybe what we're going to be working on this video? If you said the trailer behind me, you're correct. So once a year, I just like pulling off the hubs on all my trailers. Oh wow. Wrong size. Anyways, I like pulling off all the hubs, checking the brakes on it, adjusting the brakes if they need it, and removing all of the grease out of the bearings, out of the hub, off the spindle, and then put all new fresh grease in it. Thought it was only 7. Now it's 8. Got the first one apart. As you can see, all these bearings still look very good. I'm gonna obviously get all the grease out, clean them up. But you basically have your hub, still has the inner bearing in it, and the dust seal, which I'll push that out so I can clean that bearing. That'll come off, staying in place, and then let's say start to finish. So start, you pull this one has a lock ring. A lot of them have a cotter pin or even just a wash over the tab that folds down so it can't spin. So this one has the lock ring, acts on that, and then the outer bearing. So basically, outer bearing sits in here, washer over top of that, nut over top of that, the holding ring over top of that. So we're gonna work on getting this cleaned up, get that bearing and the seal driven out, and then start getting all these parts cleaned up, get the spindle cleaned off, inspect our brakes, which they still look, they have some life left. Looks like next one I'll probably be putting a new set of backing plates on. So we'll see what all those look like as we go and keep it rolling. That's what comes out. See, my recipe's still in there. So we got a bearing, we got a seal. Time to start cleaning on this one. All right, so a couple things to note. They were kind of just shown in the time lapse, but I haven't talked about them yet. I put obviously the bearings in, and then I leave this outer one just sitting there. Hook up to my grease zerk, and basically I'm filling the void between the two bearings. Now I know there's going to be air pockets in there. I'm not worried about that. It doesn't need to be 100% full. I believe actually if it is 100% full, it's not necessarily healthy for it, just because it needs to be able to let the grease move around as it warms up. But I like putting it in there loose, pump it until you can see that it starts pushing. So basically, you know, when it's pushing this bearing, it's stretching out the bearings. And again, there's gonna be some air pockets. It's not a big deal. This isn't rocket science. I've done it before where I didn't put any between them. I've done it before where I filled it completely up. But it's just what I like to do. Now, you're gonna see me tighten this. I'm gonna spin the hub just to kind of get everything seated. Make sure it's moving nicely. Tighten it again. Give it some spins. What I'm trying to do is just make sure that, you know, I'm not stuck on a hump or caught up on a thread or whatever. I want to get everything tight. Now it's tight. Everything's comfortable and relaxed. I'm going to back it off just a touch. So your bearings don't have to be tight. Or, okay, people aren't going to like it if I say that. Your bearings don't have to be locked down like Fort Knox. The whole point of a bearing is it has to be able to be easy to move. It has to rotate freely and not be binding up. So I keep them just a touch loose. You line up this lock washer to the flat spot on the spindle, pop it on, and it holds that nut from backing off. At this point, I can put my dust cover, hubcap, whatever you want to call it on. Yep. I don't know how many times I've lost these. These seem to be pretty tight on here. Ones that are square don't seem like they seat quite as well. But it's not uncommon to lose one of these about 100 miles after doing this service. That's why I just try to make sure I give it nice even taps all the way around a couple times. Get on there as good as I can. Now, another thing to note is you can see all the anti-seize on all these threads. I just use Permatex anti-seize. Whatever. Any anti-seize is better than no anti-seize. It's like grease. But since I started using it, I haven't had a lug nut, or I haven't had a lug stud break. I haven't had a lug nut that didn't want to come off. Everything goes on easy, comes off easy. And it's especially important if, let's say you're sitting on the side of the interstate with your kids, your wife, pouring down rain, and you just blew a tire. Well, I normally keep a impact under my back seat. If you have an impact, come off easy. If you have anti-seize. All right guys, just like that, this side of the trailer is all wrapped up, put down on the ground. Got my tools moved over. I'm gonna get started on that side. I'm not gonna bore you with showing you both sides of the trailer. It's kind of one and the same. Not a whole lot different. I do have a trick up my sleeve. I'm gonna try to get through this side a little faster. Now, normally I figured out it takes about an hour a hub, so 4 hours. Let's see, yeah, I'm right at 2 hours in. I already did 2 hubs. I've got 2 left. I'm gonna see if I can cut a little time on that, time off of that. So I got 2 hubs to go. Wait till you see what I do. All right guys, sorry if we've got a lot of wind disturbance here, but like I said, I'm gonna speed this side up a little bit. It's gonna be very hard. Oh, ready? See how quick we can clean these bearings. That did not work like I was hoping. Sorry to disappoint everybody. All right guys, sorry, bad joke, my apologies. But on the bright side, we've got them cleaned up now. I had a trip to Old Menards today. I normally get the, I think CRC brake cleaner. I got 12 of these. To be honest, I'm disappointed in myself for it. I'm a very cheap person. I know that when I do, let's just say the trailer service I'm doing here, I already know that it should only take me 1 can per side. So I'll have 2 cans on the trailer, normally 1 roll of the blue shop towels, and then about roughly 2 tubes of grease, 1.5 tubes of grease. I knew I needed a bunch of brake cleaner because I gotta do a couple trailers. Long story short, I got 12 here. I was loading them into my fluids cabinet and I dropped one. And long story short, the top of it broke off. And I have not had that. I've had it before on these FVP. I've used this as penetrating oil, but snapped off. So I had to do something with the can. Might as well have some fun. But thanks for watching the video. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe to the channel, like the video, comment on it. All that stuff helps. But I will catch you on the next video.